Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father. I'm Kamchak Fisko, and come join me for the first of the trilogy of Gabriel Knights.
Alright, let's go back to Jackson Square, see if we can figure out where the hell that disappearing, We saw a fortune teller. She danced for us, we checked the snake skin, it doesn't match the one from the crime scene. Well, we wanted to, the game glitched and the snake skin the scale magically vanished, but I know it's not the one from the crime scene from having played this before a long time ago. But she also read our fortune, and halfway through, suddenly became possessed by another force and started talking to us in a demonic voice. Now she's finally back. Lady, are you okay?
Gabriel's already screwed that one up. Perhaps he should just talk to her.
You're back. You know, you really freaked me out running off like that. Anybody home?
Gabriel?
Stay away from Maryagetti, or you shall pay with your life.
What the hell is going on?
Bigger forces than you, son. Bigger forces than you. So clearly, she's still possessed by whatever possessed her during our fortune telling. He thinks we pissed off a particular Loa. Alright, we need to go to her place. 30th. No, I think we're ready to finally go to Madame Casanova residence. Okay.
It would be better.
Nope, click on the door handle. There we go.
Yes? Who is it?
Hi, I'm doing an article on voodoo, and I heard that you...
I am a good Catholic young man. Take your evil influence elsewhere.
But I just have a few questions.
I can feel the evil eye. Go away.
Good Catholic woman, she says. Like a Catholic priest collar?
Gabriel has no way to keep that collar on.
Wait. Did I miss a step here? Oh, I never grabbed a priest shirt. Whoops. I only grabbed the collar. We gotta go back and steal a priest shirt from the church. It's for holiness?
There's...
Okay. Zoom! So we have to steal one of the shirts, too.
You've
You've already got me, you lucky devil. Yeah, that's not... I'm not trying to click on you. Move, so I can grab the shirt.
Gabriel can...
There we go.
I can't resist black.
I mean, we're already pissing off Lois. I think we're already past divine intervention, Smirtslin. If God was going to step in, he'd have done it by now. Alright, so we've got to make ourselves look presentable to a fine Catholic woman. Alright.
Alright, but this is private.
I don't think our hair is going to sell the fact that we're a priest. We should probably use some of this gel.
The things I do for my art.
That's about as priestly as we're going to look.
It would be...
Yes? Who is it?
It's Father McLaughlin to see you.
Father McLaughlin, you
Had
say?
to be Irish.
You must be new in the parish. I'm so pleased to meet you, Father. Do come in.
Thank you, my child.
Please be seated, Father.
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
Alright, so obviously we can have some conversations with her, but I don't... Well, no, I guess we could show her some of these things.
Does this mean anything to you?
No, Father, it does not.
I don't want to show her the murder photo. That seems like a bad idea to show her that.
Does this mean anything to you?
No, Father, it does not.
Yeah, I don't think... we'll just talk to her.
It's so nice of you to invite me in.
Ah, but no, Mope. I am always happy to see one of the good fathers.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions, my child?
Of course not, mon père.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
There.
Ah, people think I'm just a foolish old woman, but I know the things they do. My family's been in New Orleans since 1750, so I know more than most. Voodoo people are all over this city, in the shops, everywhere. They'll curse you like that, and most people don't even notice. Spit on your bread at the bakery. Take strands of your hair at the store when you try on the clothes. You have to be so careful. But I know their ways, so I can protect myself. I know how to use the magic too, and I can counteract their evil spells.
The irony is she's more right than she knows, but she's still absolutely insane and conspiracy theorying the shit.
Tell me more about voodoo in New Orleans.
It's just plain evil. It's dangerous to even discuss it.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Voodoo murders? Ha! They are nothing new to me, father. They happen all the time. I hardly go out anymore. It's too dangerous in the streets. They can get you anywhere, you know. Even here in this room. But I try not to let them know about me. That's the best way.
I guess that's one way to do it. Stay out of sight.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Shh. They'll hear you.
If I can build up a tolerance to these spirits, you could bet your ass you'll be the reason I do.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
The only true Orleanians are of French origin, you know. My family were among the original settlers of New Orleans. They came here from France. The Creole society used to be so gay in New Orleans. Now it barely hangs on by its fingernails.
So it was happy and widespread.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You know, I can stroll the streets of the French Quarter and see in my mind's eye the way it used to be. It was wonderful in the old days.
Good old days, huh, Grant?
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes! They're evil creatures. Did you know that evil people can send them into your dreams? They can. That's why I never sleep.
Right, thanks. Do you know anything about snakes?
It would be bad luck to talk about that anymore.
Alright, so before we go down to Cabrice Sancour, I want to do the other ones, because I know with her in particular, you can accidentally do enough of a dialogue arc that you can't talk about the rest of the shit because it ends the conversation due to the nature of where it goes.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Oh, her? I could tell you about her. Voodoo Queen. Ah, my great-grandmother was an acolyte of Marie Laveau. She knew the truth about her.
What truth?
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
No, I won't say anything more. Not to you, father. I'm sure you mean well, but you are an outsider.
Oh, I skipped St. John's Eve.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? Mais oui! I used to love the St. John's Eve Mass at Sandwick Cathedral. Of course, it is also a night of great wickedness, worse than All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve isn't evil.
They will corrupt anything, father.
They? They who?
Oh, you know.
They. Okay.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I don't think I should say any more about that.
Alright, animal masks.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
No, father. I don't know anything about that.
Do you know anything about Veves?
No, father. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, Black Voodoo, I think she does.
Do you know
react to.
anything about Black Voodoo?
Oh, yes, father. It is the wickedest kind. The kind they practice
knows the
here in New
difference.
Orleans.
Which makes sense. She knows voodoo fairly well, even though she overly demonizes it.
Tell me more about black voodoo.
I already told you, black voodoo is what they practice here.
Have you ever heard of a Schattenjäger?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Alright, so ask her about herself. I know Cabri Sancour is the
Tell me
conversation
about
of
yourself.
arts.
Me? I am Creole. My family has been in New Orleans for over 200 years. Real New Orleanians are French, you see. These days the city is overrun with people with no heritage at all. No offense, Father, but it's true. But the French, naturellement, will always be the true blood of New Orleans.
I'm sure there's others that have been around as long that would argue that, but I can't fault her logic. More recent immigrants, especially from more European nations, are far less likely to hold on to their culture than ones that immigrated earlier.
Tell me about yourself.
Well,
My
Father,
family's a prime
I
example.
don't know what else to say.
Alright, time to go down the rabbit hole.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Sancour means?
Mais oui, I know. I bet you do not, Father, n'est-ce pas?
It means goat without horns.
We just learned
Oh,
that.
Father, you surprise me. You do know what it means. You know what they mean by goat without horns, don't you? A human being. That's right. Slit your throat, cut out your heart. Pure evil murder.
She's not wrong. I mean,
That Cabri Sancour thing.
Do not continue to tease me, Father. You know what it means as well as I.
so we just dive straight into human
Do
sacrifice.
you know anything
That
about
sounds
human
weird.
sacrifice here in New Orleans?
Don't take that out of context.
My great-grandmother could tell stories. She saw it. People say that sort of thing wasn't done in New Orleans. But the real voodoo queens did it. Oh, yes.
There's no history. Lady, okay.
Can you tell me anything else about human sacrifice?
What is there to tell? They cut your heart out.
Who were the real voodoo queens?
Well, my great-grandmother told me that Laveau was just a front, a flamboyant decoy. She distracted authorities from the real voodoo queen of New Orleans. It's been the same one for almost 200 years. She's head of a secret voodoo en fort. That's what they call the temples, you know. It's so secret, most of the voodoo people in the city don't even know about it. The real voodoo queen controlled Laveau, gave
What
her
are new
a
topics
little
to ask
bit
the
of
voodoo people?
power and used her like a puppet.
They're the voodoo experts.
Is there anything else you remember about the real voodoo queen?
Well, my great-grandmother said that the real voodoo queen was the most beautiful woman on earth. She had the most incredible copper-colored
Remind-
skin.
I just heard that too. Remind you of any particular character that he's obsessed with? Like, say, Molly Ageti?
Is there anything else you remember about the real voodoo queen?
Well, they are all brides of Satan. Other than that, I can't think of
Don't
anything.
even believe in Satan, lady.
Tell me more about this secret voodoo hound fool.
Well, I've never seen it. I wouldn't go near it if you paid me. But it's here in Orleans, I guarantee it. I hear the drums at night, oh yes. That's why I am so ill. I tell you, those drums. But
Okay.
we shouldn't talk about it. They'll hear us. It's the devil's work that happens there. I can tell you. I'll show you something. Something secret. You mustn't tell anyone, Father.
I swear on my collar.
Here it is,
That
mon
you stole?
père. A true object of evil if there ever was one.
It radiates something, all right.
It belonged to my great-grandmother. She told my mother that it was a token to gain entrance to the real voodoo ceremonies.
You
Interesting.
don't say.
To tell you the truth, I always felt nervous about having it in the house. You know, evil influence and all.
Oh, I can see how you would, yes.
And yet, I could never part with it. It's been in the family for generations. Would you bless it for me, Father? I feel strange asking such a thing of you, but surely you understand.
Sure, I
Bless
can
this
bless
bracelet of a snake, even though its vibes aren't great.
Isn't it convenient we picked up this clay from the beach?
Gabriel has a thought about the clay.
Bless, oh bless this circlet of silver. Take the curse, oh take it, Wilbur.
A lovely blessing, mon père.
Yes, I think it made a lasting impression. Here you go.
Well, now we can have a copy of it made.
I feel so much better now.
Glad I could assuage your fears.
It's a clay mold of Madame Kazunu's snake bracelet.
Perfect. Oh, nope.
Well, madame, I must be going.
Of course, Father. I know how busy you must be tending your...
Yeah, I think we all know what his flock is.
I'm not going back on the street looking like this.
Just want to walk around looking like a preacher? Alright, so we'll go ask the new questions. And then,
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us,
I
Mr. Knight.
remember what we do with the bracelet.
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Alright, so we learned Hound
Do you
Force.
know anything about a secret voodoo hound fool?
Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Knight. The voodoo churches in the city have no need for secrecy.
Doesn't mean they don't exist. That was the only new thing we learned, right? Was Hound 4? Of course, we already know he's lying his ass off about everything else. Well, maybe not everything, but a lot of things.
Thanks a lot. Bye now.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
So we'll ask the other shop owner. Alright, so I'll ask him about the secret Hound Fours.
Hi. Uh-huh. Can I ask you just a few more questions? Whatever, man.
Alright, so the Hound Four should be the only thing new he doesn't know about.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fool?
Why, there's no such thing. Not around here.
I don't know if he's genuine or not. Alright, oh, Madam Moonbeam. And then we gotta go talk to the professor. Now we have 4 experts on voodoo.
I had a feeling you'd be back.
Really? Boy, you are amazing.
Please, be seated.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Of course, Seeker.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo hound fool?
There are many voodoo churches in New Orleans, no?
Yes, but have you heard of a secret voodoo hound fool?
Wherever did you hear such a ridiculous story? There is no such thing.
Oh, there is, unfortunately.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I don't know anything about that.
It's weird that she doesn't know about Veves.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
It is the oldest, darkest heart of voodoo.
That's it?
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
There are some things it is better not to know about, Monsieur Knight.
My personal thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. You all are awesome viewers. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. It means a lot to me, and I do hope you enjoy it. You all take care of yourselves. If you want to see more of me, come to the video on the list, or stay tuned for more. Feel free to leave a comment below, and please remember to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. In the meantime, fare thee well, everyone.